Hi guys, it's Kayla here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on a book that I have read in April. And that book is Girl with a Pearl Earring by Tracy Chevalier. I think that's how you say it. This book was super good. I think I read it in a few days. It's not very long at all. It's a pretty short book. Let me see what I rated it on the GOODREADS. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So this was such a good book. Let me read you what it's about. So it says, history and fiction merge seamlessly in Tracy Chevalier's luminous novel about artistic vision and sensual awakening. Through the eyes of 16-year-old Griette, the world of 1660s Holland comes dazzlingly alive in this richly imagined portrait of the young woman who inspired one of Vermeer's most celebrated paintings. And that is The Girl with a Pearl Earring. This is a real painting by an artist named Johann Vermeer, and he was known for his domestic scenes. So he would like paint in his home, and a lot of times they featured women in all kinds of different situations, a lot of maids, a lot of more aristocratic women. So that's what he was known for. And so this book is a fictional reimagining of how this painting got painted, basically. So this book, I loved this book, and one of the main reasons why I loved it so much is because I really enjoy period pieces. I enjoy them in movies and books. I just love being like completely immersed in an older time, even just the simple things. And I think that's what I loved about this book the most, was that Griette, she is a maid. She's a new maid for Johann Vermeer in his home, and a lot of the story is it paints a very rich and detailed picture of 1660s Holland, where she lived, where she worked, kind of like her everyday chores and stuff like that. And it was just fascinating to me, and I don't know why. Like, you know, it's just how she did the laundry and how she would have to get buckets and go to the canal and fill up the buckets and bring them back and heat up the water, and then she'd have to like soak all of the laundry in there, and then how she had to scrub laundry and then hang it out to dry because the sun will bleach it and make the laundry super white, and just like all just kinds of random stuff. And I just loved being in that world. Like, it's just cozy. So it was so awesome. And the story was really good too. Like, the story, it progressed really nicely. It was it never got boring, and it was juicy. So the whole thing is like, she's a maid and she is working in Johann Vermeer's house, and he's a painter, and he's married to a woman named Katharina. I think Katharina? Give me a second. Yeah, Katharina. And this woman has like a gazillion children. I think in the beginning of this novel, she has 5, and she's pregnant with a 6th. And then as the novel progresses, she has a couple more kids. So she has so many children. So this house is just filled with children of all different ages, from like 2 to 3 to like 6, 9, 10, 12, 14, like just lots of kids. And there's a couple of maids and stuff, and she's the new maid, and she's largely in charge of doing the laundry, because there's a crap load of laundry in this house. So these people are pretty well to do, but they still struggle. Like, there is this tension in the book with the family really wanting Vermeer to paint another painting, because that's how they get money and stuff like that. And he paints very slowly, and he paints like, I guess there are days where he would just like do one little change, like one flick of the paintbrush, and then that was it for like days. Like, but he would work at it day and day. So I don't know, like, he just had his own process. And the Griette is a pretty girl, like, you kind of can tell that. And she kind of catches Vermeer's eye, and there's this tension throughout the book of him, like, them working together, and him like she cleans his studio, and she's the only one who's allowed to clean his studio, and that makes his wife super jealous. Like Katharina just hates Griette because Katharina is not allowed in his studio, number one, and number two, Griette is pretty and she gets attention from other people, and Griette is a very quiet, timid, very like to herself person, so it's not like she's asking for this attention, but she gets it. And Vermeer, he spends time with her because he's in his studio and she cleans it exactly the way he wants and stuff like that. And as time goes on, he starts giving her duties and stuff like that, like to clean his paintbrushes and to mix his paints and all this stuff. It's really cool. So, and she loves it because she loves his art. Like, she's fascinated with his paintings. But you can also tell that she has a crush on him. She has a very girlish crush. She's fascinated with him. He's different. So I think it's part crush and part just fascination with a human being. And so she's kind of struggling with herself with, you know, obviously it's not appropriate for her to engage in any kind of activity at all with him. But, and the thing is they don't. Like, the only thing that really happens is he like touches her face. Like, he like rubs his hand on her face at one point, and when he's putting the earring in her ear. And like that's, but it's like so intimate and like, it's just beautiful. I don't know. This story was just gorgeous, and it had a crazy ending, and it was just really good. I loved the ending. I loved the whole story. It was so good. I'm not sure why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars instead of 5 stars. I think it was because it's been like a week or two since I've read it, but I can't remember why. Was it because it might be because I kind of reserve 5 stars for like books that I was just absolutely in love with and obsessed with. And with this one, I loved it, but it wasn't like one of my all-time faves. And my all-time faves get 5 stars. So that's why it didn't get 5 stars. But it is worthy of it. It's just such a good story. And I loved the historical aspect of it. I loved the reimagining of how this famous beautiful painting came to be, and yeah, he does end up painting her. Like, he has to do a painting and he chooses her, and once Katharina finds out, it's like whoo. So it's really good. So I highly recommend it. It's super easy to read. It's just such a good time. It's just, oh, I just love being in that world. So I definitely highly recommend this. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and leave any comments if you've ever read this book, or if there are other books that are similar to this that you might want to recommend for me, because I love these books, especially when they have to do with artists. Like, I read another book, I don't know if I have it, I probably don't have it, but it was called Dancing for Degas. So it's about Degas, that famous painter in France, and how this ballerina like knew him, and she was one of the ballerinas that he would paint, like his famous ballerina paintings. And it was a really cool story. So I love stories like that. So if you have any recommendations or anything like that, put them down in the comments, because I would love to hear them. I love these kinds of books. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.